In the top stories, Prime Minister says budget boost wallet aimed at combating rising cost of living. The UN says more than 5,600 people were killed in Haiti last year as gangs rampage. And fierce wildfires ravage Los Angeles. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Wednesday, January 8th, 2025. I'm your presenter, Shanique Harvey. Nationally, Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, says the introduction of the budget boost wallet is in response to the rising cost of living. He was speaking during his January 7th edition of the Roundtable when he gave details about the initiative launched in December.
The budget boost wallet is a strategic response to deal with the rising cost of living over which we have no control. If you have family members in any other country and you call them and ask them about prices, they will tell you that their prices went up or the prices are going up. No country has escaped it, and we have not escaped it. This is not a government-dependent type of issue. The whole world has suffered as a result. However, we have responded, and this would be a strategic offering easy $1,500 to each qualified person over the next 6 months.
According to Prime Minister Drew, eligible individuals earning $5,000 or less per month will receive $250 per month beginning January and ending June 2025. He gave details on how the funds would be disbursed and how they may be utilized.
Now, this will be used to purchase essential groceries and household goods from selected local businesses. Businesses will register accordingly. You can also use it to pay utilities, such as Skellet. Right, so I'm going to tell you what it is. So you're going to be able to pay electricity, Skellet, Nevlec, water services on both islands, and you're going to be able to make mortgage payments to any if you wish. What I would like to say, let's say you have 3 people living in the house. Each will get it. It's not per household, it's per person. So if you have 3 persons in a house, that will be over that time, $4,500, because each will get that. And monthly will be about $750. And that, as a family, they can decide, look, let's put this money to our electricity, water, and so forth. And then whatever salary we get in, our wages we get in, we can use that to buy food, for example. So it will give the household an ease. So it's not per family, but per person who qualifies. And so they can use it for that. Now, it will be given, we'll use the technology, we have used it. The technology on your phone, for example. Those who don't have phone, which is a minimal amount, they'll find a solution to give them, but you can get it on your phone. So you'll get it on your phone in a wallet. You know what a wallet is? People have different types of wallets. It's almost like an account when you do more banking. You have an account with money.
In addition to the Budget Boost Wallet initiative, Prime Minister Drew also announced a VAT relief holiday that will see the value-added tax or VAT reduced from 17% to 13% for the first 6 months of 2025. The West Indies men's test team is in Pakistan ahead of a 2-test series that begins on January 17th. This will be the first time in 18 years that the regional team will tour Pakistan. West Indies coach Andre Kohli said the team is looking forward to the series. Pakistan presents conditions that the men from the Caribbean are not used to, and Coach Kohli says they will use the time wisely to adjust ahead of the match.
We're not going in our prep with any expectations. When we go there, we'll assess the conditions. That's the whole idea of having some prep time ahead of the test series. Sometimes you could go into a series, go into a condition that is potentially a bit different from what you're used to at home. But we're going to make sure that when we get on the ground, that we assess what the conditions are, then we prepare. And then based on what we expect in Multan, we will then continue to shape our preparation around that.
That was West Indies coach Andre Kohli. We move now to news on the regional scene. Over 5,600 people were killed in Haiti last year as a UN-backed mission led by Kenya struggles to control surging gang violence, officials said on Tuesday. Killings increased by more than 20% from 2023, with over 2,200 injured and nearly 1,500 kidnapped, according to the UN Human Rights Office. UN Commissioner Volker Turk said called the situation unremitting violence, highlighting its devastating toll on civilians. Among the victims were 2 journalists and a police officer killed during a Christmas Eve event, while gang violence has left over 700,000 Haitians homeless. The mission, led by 400 Kenyan police and 150 officers from Central America, is far below the 2,500 personnel originally pledged. Meanwhile, commercial flights to Port-au-Prince have been suspended, leaving the city increasingly isolated as gangs tighten their grip. And finally, in regional news, self-exiled Venezuelan opposition leader Edmundo Gonzalez, who claims to have defeated President Nicolas Maduro in last year's election, said his son-in-law Rafael Tudares was kidnapped Tuesday in Caracas. Gonzalez, currently in the U.S., reported that hooded men in black intercepted Tudares' vehicle while he was taking Gonzalez's grandchildren to school. The children's whereabouts remain unclear. The unitary platform opposition coalition called the incident a forced disappearance for political reasons and demanded Tudares' release, linking it to Gonzalez's challenge to Maduro's presidency. Gonzalez, exiled in Spain since September, has vowed to return to Venezuela by Friday when the next presidential term begins. Meanwhile, security across Caracas has intensified ahead of Maduro's swearing-in ceremony, leaving protests uncertain. Internationally, wildfires driven by fierce Santana winds tore through Los Angeles on Tuesday, destroying homes, forcing tens of thousands to flee, and straining emergency resources. Fires erupted near a nature preserve in Pacific Palisades and in Silmar, quickly spreading through neighborhoods and prompting urgent evacuations. In Pacific Palisades, flames jumped Sunset Boulevard, burning multi-million-dollar homes and part of Palisades Charter High School. Residents fled as embers rained down, leaving cars behind and blocking roads, which delayed emergency responders. Meanwhile, senior living center staff in the foothills northeast of LA pushed residents in wheelchairs to safety as flames closed in. Winds exceeding 70 miles per hour hindered firefighting efforts, grounding aircraft and pushing flames into Malibu. By Wednesday morning, the fires had burned thousands of acres, destroyed homes, and left over 200,000 without power. Governor Gavin Newsom declared a state of emergency, warning that the worst winds were still ahead. Rescuers continue to battle the uncontained blaze. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump on Tuesday suggested he wouldn't rule out military action to seize the Panama Canal and Greenland, calling U.S. control of both vital to national security. Trump also floated renaming the Gulf of Mexico and increasing NATO defense spending targets.
About Panama and Greenland. No, I can't assure you on either of those two. I'm not going to commit to that now. It might be that you'll have to do something. Look, the Panama Canal is vital to our country. We need Greenland for national security purposes. I've been told that for a long time, long before I even ran. I mean, people have been talking about it for a long time. You have approximately 45,000 people there. People really don't even know if Denmark has any legal right to it. We're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has a beautiful ring that covers a lot of territory. The Gulf of America, what a beautiful name. I don't want to hurt the negotiation. If the deal isn't done before I take office, which is now going to be 2 weeks, all hell will break out in the Middle East.
Trump's comments mark a break from decades of U.S. policy prioritizing self-determination over expansion. Greenland, an autonomous Danish territory, hosts a major U.S. base, while Panama has controlled its canal since 1999. And now for the weather. Present weather is partly cloudy with showers in the vicinity. Winds are a light breeze of 7 miles per hour from a northeasterly direction. The temperature for today is 28 degrees Celsius or 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Seas are 1 to 1.5 meters or 3 to 5 feet. Weather forecast for today will be partly sunny skies in general, with a 20% or slight chance of a brief isolated shower. Tonight is fair to partly cloudy and cool conditions. Sunset for today will be at 5:53 p.m. and sunrise for tomorrow will be at 6:43 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your presenter, Shanique Carvey.